Well, boys and girls, today we are going to learn about what a fraction is, the parts of a fraction, and how to write and read fractions. I have a big blue circle here. Let's pretend it is a blueberry pie. This circle shows one whole pie. Our pie would go with the 1 on our number line because we have one whole pie. If I was going to share this blueberry pie with 3 friends, so there are 4 of us sharing the pie in all, I would cut the blueberry pie into 4 equal pieces or parts so that the 4 of us can each get the same amount of pie, like this. Now, at this point, we still have a whole pie, even though it is split into 4 equal parts. This is just one of those 4 equal parts. This piece is not still a whole pie. It is only a part or a fraction of the pie. A fraction is a number that shows a part of the whole. This piece of pie is part of the whole pie. It would go between the 0 and the 1 on the number line because it is smaller than the whole pie. Now, to find out how much of the whole pie this piece of pie is, we can write a fraction. Remember, a fraction is a number that shows a part of the whole. When writing a fraction, there are a couple of things that we have to think about. The first is very easy. You first need to draw a line. This line is called the fraction bar. Easy enough, right? The next thing you have to think about is how many equal parts did we have in our whole? Let's count the equal parts of pie again. 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 equal parts of our whole. This number, the number of parts in our whole, is called the denominator. The denominator tells how many equal parts there are in the whole. We write the denominator below the fraction bar. We can remember that we write the denominator below the fraction bar because the denominator belongs down south. The next thing that we have to think about is how many of the 4 equal parts we have. We have 1 of the 4 equal parts of the whole pie. This number, the number that tells us how many parts of the whole we have, is called the numerator. We write the numerator above the fraction bar. We can remember that the numerator belongs above the fraction bar because the numerator belongs up north. is how you write a fraction. But there's a special way that we say this number. The numerator, you say the name of the number normally. This is called the cardinal number. For example, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So you say this number, the numerator, as 1. Now the denominator, you say a little bit differently. Instead of just saying the name of the numerator, you have to pretend that you are standing in a line. What place in the line you are standing? Like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. These are called ordinal numbers. When reading fractions, you put an S on the end of these words. So it would be thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and so on. This works for every number but 2. 2 is special. For 2, instead of saying seconds, we say halves. So we would say this number adds fourths. Now we put it together. We say the numerator above the fraction bar first, and the denominator below the fraction bar second. So we would say this number as 1/4. Now if there was a 2 here, we would say fourths and put an S on the end because it would be more than 1. But since we just have 1, it's 1/4. The piece of pie is 1/4 of the whole pie. 1/4 is just one of the many numbers between 0 and 1. And that is what a fraction is, a part of a whole, and how to read and write fractions. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.